Please welcome from France, the writer-director of Happiness, Thomas Balmes.
Thomas Balmes, the filmmaker for Happiness, which I found some moments of sadness in this film. As you saw, television and the internet are coming to this remote area of Bhutan. How in the world did you find these people and these monks in such a remote location?
Well, first, I didn't know I was to shoot in Bhutan. I just wanted to do a documentary about television and the impact of television on our society. And after considering for a long time to do the film in the States, where you have the highest average of watching TV in the world, I decided on the opposite, to go in a place where there was no television and to observe the last months and years before television would arrive. And in 1998, most of the country was very quickly connected to TV when the king allowed television and the internet. But there were a few places in the country which didn't have electricity, so they couldn't have TV. And Laya was one of the village, so it was a very difficult place to reach. But in this village, I could find one boy who had never left the village. So not only he had never seen the TV, but he had never seen a car, he had never seen anything else than this village at 4,000 meters high. And doing more films, years after years, I'm always fascinated by first times, and there were so many first times potentially happening to this guy that I decided to really concentrate on him and forgot my original idea of TV and just followed his last 3 years before he would be connected to the rest of the world. In the sense that when I started the film, electricity was supposed to arrive 6 months later, and it took them 3 years to do it. So I had some breaks of 1 year in between two shoots sometimes. So I had like great funders who were very patient also with me delivering the film. Physically it was kind of a challenge to go and reach the place. It's 2 days walk. Once I almost died of like trying to do the walk in 1 day instead of doing what like we shoot in 2 days. And I just like really went close to death. But apart from that, it was a fascinating adventure.
Thomas, thank you very much.
To present the $45,000 grand prize for Best Documentary Feature, please welcome the director of Captain Abu Raid, the 2008 Heartland Grand Prize winner, and Jordan's first Oscar entry for Best Foreign Language Film, Mr. Amin Matalka.
Thank you. Everything we've seen tonight, from the short films, the documentaries, and the feature documentaries, we've seen stories of struggle, triumph. I really want to see all these films. They look incredible and inspiring. And I think what they do is shed light on a lot of pain and a lot of heroes around the world. And by shedding that light, these stories, these storytellers, the documentarians, are the ones who are the heroes, sharing the stories of the characters and the shedding light and creating empathy. Because between the audiences, the subjects of these films, and the audiences witnessing them, we make the world a smaller place. And by doing that, we can maybe not solve all the world's problems, but help heal it. And so thank you everyone for making these films. And thank you Heartland for supporting the filmmakers. It's incredible what you guys do, and it's beautiful to be back. So the winner for the best documentary is Happiness.
Well, I was not expecting. No, I just wanted to dedicate this to Bianchi. For the one who have seen the film, everybody was a bit concerned about what was going on with his life, and I just was in Bhutan a few weeks ago, and in a very nice monastery now, surrounded by many other kids, and he's super happy. So I'm going to go soon back and share this with him, and I'm sure he's going to be super happy again. And just wanted to thank also, I mean, on such a project and on feature films, when we finance projects, you have a script, you have like things that the people can rely on. But on documentaries, like, it's much more complicated to have like people trusting on you with very basic ideas which are like minimalistic, and sometimes they have to wait and get something totally different than what they were expecting, and so it needs a lot of trust and commitment. And either it was in the US, like PBS has been a very strong supporter of the film since the very beginning, but also in the UK, I've been very lucky in the last 20 years to have like funders who trusted on me on very vague ideas, and allowed me to really do whatever I wanted and play with reality and with this uniqueness of documentary, which I think very unusually is dealt with because of the lack of confidence of many funders. So thanks to all these people who trusted me, and thanks to the Heartland team again. Thanks.
We are here. You just won with happiness. I could see a smile on your face. What was your inspiration?
Yeah, my inspiration, I guess, is my kids. You know, I've got 3 kids who are 8, 10, and 11, and for since they're born, they're regularly asking me, Dad, how is it that we don't have television when you are yourself working for television for such a long time? And I think this is what I try to answer with this film, is like to make them understand that this relationship they have with screens, even if we don't have television, it's something else. It can be a computer, it can be, it's not universal, and there are some places where people can survive and live very well without this technology. So there is no way for the Western world to get back in history and get rid of all their screens. But what I've been trying to do in the last 20 years, doing films one after another, is just challenging the obviousness of our relationship with a few things and with the way we live and we do things. I've done that with babies and the way we educate our kids previously. I've done that with Bosnia Hotel, where I was following some Maasai warriors who were sent in the Bosnia War. I've been doing this for 20 years with different angles, and I've always been very surprised on how little television and technology in general was challenged. And I think this is one of there is nothing in the world which has changed the way societies and countries have evolved in the last 20, 30 years, like television. So I felt there could be something interesting to do. But what I really try to do is to forget about the usual boundaries in between fiction and documentary, and to really craft this film like a fiction. So with all the camera equipment we got, the music, the framing, the editing and everything, I really tried it to look as much as possible like a fiction. Like a film in general. I'm less and less convinced that there should be such difference in between doc and fiction. I think you have a good film or a bad film, and I'm trying to get the best out of the two genres with this project.
I will tell you this. I've heard raves and raves, like I said, about happiness. Everyone is so excited for you here in Indianapolis. Is there any thoughts you have for the Heartland Film Festival, or your visit here, or your stay in Indianapolis?
If I do know anyone in Indianapolis? No, it's my very first time here. I'd never even know where it was exactly, and but I'll come back definitely. This was a great experience, and very interesting to have, like, it's a very unique festival.
Thank you so very much. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.